Good morning, and welcome back to my attempt at Krustoo Farms Homesteading Challenge. We are in the month of August of year one of the second attempt. So let's go check out the farm here, see how things are doing. Alright, in storage, I have 3 pallets of eggs, 5 pallets of lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes, and 1 pallet of lettuce. We're well on our way there. Let's check on the chickens. They're doing good. Got 2 pallets of lettuce over there. And almost got a second pallet of honey. And we're out of water in the greenhouse. That was a mistake. But boy, do I have got a lot of harvesting to do today. The sorghum is ready to harvest. Yes. Both of my sorghum fields are ready. And so are my oats. Alright. The long grain rice is looking good. Alright, and our rice field no longer needs to be flooded. Let me check, see how much hay is left behind in the hayfield down here. Hopefully none, but I can't be sure of that. Yeah, looks like I cleaned it up pretty good. Alright. So I'm going to start off by getting the greenhouse going again, put some more water in there. While that's filling, I'm going to check the sale. Uh-huh. So, yeah, nothing of any particular interest there. Right, get these 2 pallets of lettuce into the market stall, into my small kiosk. So I need to go ahead and buy my harvester. Which is going to be this one right here. I'm going to put a cab on it. Paint it New Holland blue. Although New Holland harvesters are yellow and not blue. But painting it blue matches the rest of the farm. There we go. Chopper or cover? Yeah, I don't know what the chopper does, so I'll just leave a cover. Now I'm going to hook my tractor up to my grain trailer. So it's finally going to get some work. There we go. Now, a harvester this size being 16,000 really is not that surprising. Since I see like something comparable to this, the Glenner M1 sells on Marketplace around here for about $1,000. And you can get, you know, the M2 or the M3 for about $3,000 or $5,000. You can even get some of the smaller, like Massey Ferguson's or John Deere's for under $10,000. Of course, these are all used machines. So I'm just going to say the reason why this one is so expensive and in such good condition is that it's been restored. So it's a restored machine. So that's the reason why it's $16,000 instead of like $650. Alright, the straw output's already set the swath. here we go. Our first ever harvest. So it looks like my harvest is doing pretty good. I'm getting 120, 121%. But I'll be back when the oats are done and loaded in the trailer so you can see how much oat I get. Okay, I got the oats harvested, so I got 9,934 liters of oats. I'll take this up here and dump it in my silo, then I'll start on the sorghum. I'll position the tractor and the grain cart here, right here between the two sorghum fields. Turn the engine off, jump over to my combine. Let's see. Looks like 118, 119% harvest on the sorghum, so that's also pretty good. Alright, I'll be back when all the sorghum is harvested. Okay, I'm done harvesting for today, and I harvested so much sorghum it's actually more than one load. I found there's a kind of a weird bug with this trailer where the combine has to be very precisely positioned in order to dump into the trailer. So I think I'm going to end up replacing this trailer when I can, because it's rather annoying trying to wiggle the combine around, you know, trying to find the one magic spot where it'll empty into the combine. So now let's see how much sorghum I ended up with. 24,738 liters. That's pretty good, I'd say, for the type of farm this is. I'm gonna hook up the cultivator and cultivate the field closest to the beehives and get that one ready to plant canola in it today. And I do want to get canola planted before I end this episode. And then I'll do wheat and barley in the other two fields tomorrow. Well, after I pick up the straw from the oats. Yeah, I want to put the canola right next to the beehives because canola is one of the crops that benefits from bees. Alright, I'll be back when the cultivating is done. Okay, this field is cultivated. I'll go put the cultivator away and grab my planter. And put in some canola. Looks like the fertilizer on the planter is giving me the proper amount of nitrogen, so I won't have to go back over this with the fertilizer spreader. Although I do need to go over my grass and alfalfa fields with the fertilizer spreader. This is an overlap row. Alright, I'll pop back when this is done. Okay, let's check out my handiwork here. pH is okay, nitrogen is perfect. Let me check on my cows and see if I need to get them some more food into their trigger. And then I might need to put some more water in the greenhouse. I'm developing the bad habit of leaving stuff scattered around the yard again. Gotta try to keep it more orderly so I'm not getting in my own way. Yeah, when backing up, oversteering is the enemy. And the shorter the trailer you're backing is, the easier it is to oversteer. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy that cheap roller again. This one. $9.5 versus $3. Yeah, I think this one is enough, really. Oh, let's see how much a bucket is. A bucket is 1,600. Or manure fork is 1,500. I'll go ahead and go with the bucket. So I'll drop my forks right here. I really like these yard lights I set up. And the Dutch windmill is kind of a Dutch windmill generator is kind of a classy touch too. We have one of those in Holland, Michigan. As a child, one of our field school trips, we went to the windmill on Windmill Island in Holland. I bought my foster mother a bag of their flour that they grind there. She didn't quite appreciate it. Although looking back, I'm glad I did that with her, not my grandmother. Oof. I would have never have heard the end of that for the rest of her life. Yeah, rolling is a rather small boost to productivity, but for $900 it's worth it. Yeah, I find cultipackers for sale around me Around $100. They're usually a little bit better than this thing is. They're usually about 6 or 7 feet, which is about 2 meters wide, and 3 points, so you can lift them and set them down. They're not just drug behind like these are. Due to the way the physics in Farming Simulator work, you can back these up. Although, obviously, in real life, 3 rollers being drugged by a chain, you would not be able to back those up. I'll be back when this is done rolling. Okay, coming to the end now with the rolling. And there we go. Rolling is done. I'm going to stick this over here by the pig food maker. I'm going to take the bucket over here to the cattle barn and shove some of this hay into the feed trigger. Yeah. Hmm. There we go. I feel better with the cows having some food. Let's put 2 more tankers full of water into the greenhouse. That's 1 tanker full. 1 more and we should be good. Especially as I start to fill up uh, this farm with productions, I gotta be more careful about getting my stuff put away properly. But I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching.